Yeah, so I'm feeling a bit stupid here because I actually just played match number 3, and I talked through the entire round, and then I saw that apparently I forgot to click on my recording button, which is so silly. But we did win. It was a nail biter. I think I won with like 1 minute 30 on the clock. I will add it in the league, I promise. Just wanted to show you that this was in fact round number 3. So I'm going to play round 4 now, but I will just go back at so round number 5 of this league is going to be actually round number 3, and I will record it when the league is over, because you can just record already played matches. It's just so stupid that I was talking to myself the entire time and forgot to click on the record button. Anyway, I'm going to reveal Yorion here. 3-0 for a start, that's always nice. Hand's good, I'm going to keep. Mulligan to 5 for my opponents. That always just means that, to me, that signals combo deck. We'll see. I'm probably gonna pitch Uro to this force and this force. Well, I'm probably gonna get... yeah, I'd really love to play up to Beanstalk here. Turn 2, so we'll see what I have to do, but they Mulligan to 5, so... Really hope to just slam down Beanstalk, draw blue card, and then we should be good. So I'm just going to get Trop, Lorien here, get Tundra, play Beanstalk. That means if I do have to force, I'm going to see a lot of fresh cards, because so 3 basically, because this Beanstalk is going to draw me a card, and then if I do have to force, I'm going to draw another card from the force wheel. Okay, so we're playing against Reanimator. Beanstalk. They actually get rid of Nihil Spellbomb. That's interesting because it's really good against us. Do I want to fight over this days? I mean, my opponent did Mulligan to 5, so maybe? I know it's crazy, but I'm just going to fight over this. Because I can just next turn, I can put Lorien into my hand. Yorion into my hand and still have a force effect. Now, we did draw another bean, so maybe I don't need it. But if I have double up the Beanstalk and another blue card, that's where you want to be. Murktide, okay. Solitude. Okay, let's Beanstalk first. That Yorion is going to be able to pitch to either Force or Solitude, which is really good. Okay, so we... maybe I should have taken Yorion, but then again, they currently don't have anything in the graveyard that I'm afraid of. Murktide also signals aggro and not Reanimator, so... They also have 1 black, so they can't reanimate just yet. Happy how this turned out. Wasteland here, I like that. Let's just Wasteland. They play Bowmasters. It's so funny because that just doesn't do anything. Sure, I mean, up the Beanstalks, but I mean, I'm gonna be able to win through the Bowmasters. I'm just gonna take Savannah, and I'm gonna put Yorion into my hand. Probably next turn I'm gonna Rumble, because Rumble is just putting cards into the hand, not drawing, so... Now the goal is to draw removal for Bowmasters, and then the game's over. Doesn't matter what the Wasteland, I have divided my land in such a way that I have access to every color I need. Don't care about Spellbomb. They don't have black, so they can't draw a card from it. Timeless Dragon. Not bad, because I can play that. Do I want to Rumble? I think I do, so let's play a land and then Rumble. Just want to find removal. And I can do that with the enchantment. Blinking on the name. Leyline Binding. Are you going to fight over this? That would be insane. Okay. Pretty bad. If I'm being honest. I guess we just get Timeless Dragon because that gets me lands. Luckily for us, the spawn token has been generated, so end step I will just cycle and I can eternalize the dragon, and then we should be safe. Playing it like this means that Up the Beanstalk does not trigger, which is of course what we want. Nethergoyf, that's okay. Probably gonna have to get rid of that with Solitude. Let's get Tundra here. Could also get Trop in case I find Endurance, but I think I need to have double white. So block the Bowmasters, Plains Cycle. Planes. And I think about it, I probably should have just gotten Trop because I would have been able to get the planes anyway. Small detail. Now they will spell bomb, but they don't draw, so I'm okay with that. So we play the planes. Okay, good draw here. Binding, that's what I wanted to do because... let's think. I think I'm going to chill for now. The idea is I want to not die. So Nethergoyf is an issue. So I think what I'm going to have to do here is probably Binding. Get rid of Bowmasters first. I do draw, which is unfortunate, but nothing I can do about that. But the Orc army is not, it's not going to kill me, so I don't really care. So that is an issue, though. Because I really wanted to kill the Nethergoyf, so I'm going to have to force this Bowmasters. Piturian? I'm going to draw more cards. Yikes. Okay, we do draw swords. That's good. So lots of pings here. We do counter the Bowmasters. Fortunately, going to have to draw now. Draw again. Now this one happens, and I get rid of this Bowmasters. There we go. And now I will Solitude. Pitching Dragon. Draw, but the draws are good. Another Solitude, that's nice. Get rid of that. Now I could Solitude my own Solitude to gain life, but that means I would pitch swords. I don't think I want to do that, so I think I'm just going to play it like this and pass. We've seen 2 Bowmasters, I think. Yeah, because I forced one of them. So I'm going to dig for Uro now. Gain some life. And if I do find Uro, I think we're safe. I don't want to fetch, because that means it might just kill me. Okay, so let's play this. So I'm gonna play like this, because I want to be able to swords if I have to. Let's Teferi, bounce the token. Okay, next turn I can hardcast Solitude, and if that happens, we just win. So I don't think I'm going to be able to lose this one, because they need double Bowmasters to kill me. That's not going to happen. Swords, the Tamio that I played, don't have to worry about days, so swords happens and they concede. Yeah, this game was over. Nice. Okay. What do we want here? Just removal and endurance, I think. Do I want to have Pyroblasts? I guess now that I have seen the Tamio, I don't like Force Negations, and I don't like Force Wills, and definitely not Consigned to Memory. So 3 Force Wills, that's fine. Let's submit. It's so silly that that I forgot to press on the stupid record button for game number 3. It was such an interesting way to talk about all of this. Is this keepable? If they wasteland my hedge maze, I am literally not going to do anything. So this is a mulligan, I think. I think I have to mulligan here. Yeah. Ooh, yikes. Bit of a mana screw issue here, but okay, so be it. I don't want to pitch cards. Yeah, definitely Solitude has to go, but then I guess Rumble. Endurance is really good in the matchup. Could also get rid of Endurance. It requires double green. I guess I should just get rid of the things that either pitch or cost double pips. That makes the most sense. Okay, so let's see if we're able to do anything here with a mulligan to 5. Not impossible. We draw a lot of cards, so... But I'm going to try and play around Wasteland the best I can, because that's something that I'm afraid of. Probably this gets Island, that gets to Forest, maybe Plains, we'll see. Beanstalk, that's a way to get back into the game. But again, have to play around days. Turn 2 Rumble could be good. Thoughtseize. I'm going to Brainstorm in response. If they daze the Brainstorm, again, it's okay, because I'm going to be able to either rumble or play up the Beanstalk. So, what do I don't mind about? So I'm going to put... I'm definitely going to draw Beanstalk, because I have double rumble, double sword. So whatever they take here, it's okay. And next turn, I'm probably just going to play up the Beanstalk, since they don't have daze. I think I need to resolve it if I can. My guess is that they would daze Brainstorm if they can. So I'm going to try and resolve it. Oh, they probably take the rumble here. But I have double swords, which is really good against them. No, they take a sword. See? That's how good swords is. They do ponder. Okay, now that they have ponder, maybe I should just do nothing. And play around daze. It does put them back, though. They have to pick up the island, so maybe I should just... They shuffle. Okay, so that means since they didn't have daze and they shuffle, chances of them having drawn one of those are very slim. So I am just going to get a forest here. Play the Beanstalk. Do you have daze, my friend? They do not. Nice. Okay, so this is how we could potentially get back into the game. I'm just yielding through the turns because they know my hand, so... Brainstorm. Next turn, probably just going to play the Archive. Rumble first, I guess. Thoughtseize, that's really okay. Whatever they take, if they had to take the swords, I have Rumble. If they take Rumble, I still have removal, so haha, we did that very well. Nihil Spellbomb is not that good against this deck. We don't really care. Force of Will. Okay, so Archive, if they wasteland that, it's okay. Land. I don't think I need another land at this point. We will find lands when we need them. Next turn, I'm probably going to take the Yorion into my hand, if I can. That means I have Force Will up, and then I can draw from the Beanstalk. They do wasteland the Archive after brainstorming. Sure, but if they don't do anything else, I'm happy with this exchange. Ooh, Scalding Tarn too, so I'm just gonna get a basic... Do I want to get a basic? I don't think so, actually. I think I'm gonna get a Tundra, since I already have one. Put Yorion into the hand, and pass. Force Will draws me a card now, nice. If they wasteland the Tundra, again, sure. They play Bowmasters, that's okay. I'm gonna Swords that. Now they're gonna Thoughtseize me. Get wrecked, nerd. No, just slam in, sure. Looks like they have Kaito. That's pretty much the only card you're afraid of when you're playing against blue-black aggro. So I'm going to... what do we do now? This does change a lot. Not the end of the world for this deck specifically. Timeless Dragon, not bad, I guess, not bad. Play the Tundra. We have not found any single Leyline Binding yet, so I'm fairly optimistic here. Let's just pass. I want to start drawing cards. They slam in here. Not much I can do, so I'm just going to take it. Ponder resolves. I'm going to use this Timeless Dragon end of turn, so that means I force them to use the Spell Bomb. Kaito Surveils, sure. They put Tamio into the graveyard. Okay, interesting, because that's a card I'm very afraid of. Thoughtseize. I don't think I want to have that. So I'm just going to Yorion here. Pitch Yorion to Force Will. Now I'm hoping that they, in response, flash in the Bowmasters. That means I can Swords it. Draw. Ooh, that's a good draw. Voidwalker. Sure. Going to Swords it away. Now, Plane Cycle. Hoping this triggers them to use the Spell Bomb. They kind of have to, because if they don't, I'm going to bring it back. But that means if they do that, which is what I'm hoping they do, that means I can play the Uro. So this was nice. And also they did not gain a card, so excellent. Let's play the Uro. Misty. Play the Ponder, digging for removal to get rid of that Kaito. If we get rid of Kaito, I'm feeling good again. Is Endurance going to do anything here? Don't think so. Let's just find the Ponder. Gonna get Volk. That would make my enchantment cheaper if I do find it. We've seen so many cards. Teferi. I guess we just next turn play Teferi. And then we can Rumble. Not particularly exciting, but okay. Just gonna yield through the turn here. We're gonna slam in. Now that we've seen Kaito, they usually always play it, but I probably should have brought in Pyroblasts. But I did bring them in, right? Yeah, I did. Okay. So we have a lot of ways to get rid of this Kaito. Almost gone through half of my deck. So let's play this Teferi first. I could also play Uro. Not yet. Not yet. Let's play Teferi. Play Daze. Okay. Daze again. And now they will probably Bowmasters. So I tapped my lands wrong, but with double Daze it doesn't really matter. So... But I think we just lose here, right? Because they, this game is over because they have Kaito. So, okay. Didn't find my removal. Let's go to sideboard. They kept in Fatal Push. That's good to know. I think they accidentally showed me their hand. Why would they keep in Fatal Push? For Tamiyo's, I guess? Don't think using it for Uro is worth it. Anyway, let's just submit. For a mulligan to 5, we're pretty close to stabilizing. So let's reveal Yorion. Hand's pretty good. I'm going to keep. I'm afraid of Wasteland, but we do have life from the loam, so I'm going to play the Trop. If they Wasteland me, I can Brainstorm. Kind of hope that I'm able to Wasteland them and then get life from the loam going. That would be nice. Do I Brainstorm now? I think I do. Because they will just always Wasteland me. That means I have more ways to actually find. See? They would have done this in my upkeep and then I would have Brainstormed. Same thing. Okay, that's pretty good. So I'm going to put 2 life from the loams on top. And archive one of them into the graveyard. So, cool. Pretty cool. Misty. I'm curious to see if they will now go for basics or not. They do not. They Thoughtseize me. This is actually perfect because I literally do not care what they take from this hand. I'm going to try and go for the Wasteland lock. Just going to Wasteland them immediately. They do have basics, important to realize, but you can see it's a difficult choice because they don't know what to pick. Leyline Binding. Okay. So let's Wasteland them. I'm not gonna life from the loam. There we go. Wastelanded them. What do they have left? If they Wasteland me now, we're in trouble again, but at least I still have a land, so it would not be the end of the world. A basic island. That's fine. That's fine. And next turn I will just life from the loam. Not draw here. Up the beanstalk to I think I want to life from the loam first. And if they daze here, that's really okay. They do not have daze. Nice. So now we have the good stuff going, especially with also Uro, etc. So really nice. So they do have their basics now. They have a swamp and an island. Spellbomb, sure. They crack it immediately. That does make sense. Because I have double life from the loam in there now. But I'm still not unhappy. So I guess we just go for planes. Gonna go for Uro, I think. Put another land into the battlefield. Probably going to be the Misty, because that means I can fetch up the Pyroblast if I need to. And the Lifeline Roams already did what I wanted them to do, so again, it's all fine. It's all fine. Nethergoyf. Okay, haven't found removal yet, so unfortunate, but nothing more. Ponder. I don't want to Pyroblast Ponder, especially if it walks straight in 2 days. I'm just going to play up the Beanstalk next. And probably just put Yorn into my hand. I could also Rumble. Maybe I should Rumble first. We'll see. Endurance. That's really good. I think I'm going to play Trop. And just pass. Beanstalk is not going to generate me value anytime soon, so I want to be able to play Endurance after they attack and then have Pyroblast up if I need to. Wasteland, sure. Take whatever you want. I have more than enough lands. Endurance, there we go. Here's to them forcing. I dare you. Force. Do it, chicken. Force. Nope. Okay, so let's do it like this. Get rid of the grave. Sure. 0-1. Now I would like to block. They could Wasteland and then Fatal Push, but all good. Shieldrick's Edict. Sure. Sure. Not that big of a deal, really. Now they are considering if they should Wasteland, and if so, which land they should take. Tameo, not bad. I'm going to Beanstalk first. Okay, that resolves. Draw. Mystic Sanctuary. No hits yet, so... I'm going to play the Savannah. Play Tameo first. And if that resolves, I'm going to Rumble. Playing it like this makes it so that I always have the ability to potentially Pyroblast. Teferi is really good. I'm going to take that. So, okay. And the graveyard is filled to play Uro now, which is going to happen next turn. Brainstorm. I'm going to Pyroblast that. They force will a Pyroblast. That's just music to my ears, honestly. That just signals how much they are in trouble. Okay, so what do we do next turn? Probably start with Teferi. That will be my ideal bet. And I guess we also played a Mystic Sanctuary to bring back the Pyroblast. We'll see what they do. Fatal Push Tameo, sure. Wasteland that, sure. So that makes it easy. I really don't need Volcanic. Don't get me wrong, it's a good card, but I don't need it. So let's play Valley first. White, blue and Spawn. There we go, Teferi. That resolves. So now I'm going to bounce Nethergoyf. Do I want to put Yor into my hand or play Uro? I think it's a good time to play... Whoops. Yeah, let's do it like this. To get Yorn into my hand and pass. So now I just know for sure that my Uro will resolve if I play it. As long as Teferi's here. Once they just concede, yeah, this game is over. Nice, we're just rampaging through this league. One more round. Let's see if we can get a 5-0 here. This deck is amazing. I think, yeah, I'm just gonna say it now. I think in the current meta, you just need to play BANT. I think I will probably continue to play BANT for as long as the meta is what it is right now. We have a upcoming ban, I think, at the end of this month, March. I'm not sure. I think it's the 31st, if I'm correct. All right, last game. Let's do this. I would like to play first. Yes, thank you very much. His hand's fine. I'm gonna keep. If we are playing against a combo deck, we could be in trouble, but Consign to Memory is very, very good against combo decks, so I'm just going to keep. I'm not even going to ponder turn 1. I want to be able to consign if I need to, so let's just play the drop and pass. Next turn, play up the Beanstalk and go from there. So what are we up against? As a Saga. Okay, I'm just going to consign this. This is too cool not to. I love this. This land is never going to make mana. This is really funny. Nice. That's cool. That's cool. So let's just up the Beanstalk immediately. Yield to the turn. Draw. They can now make tokens, but potentially they never have the mana to. Whiteboarded Urza Saga. Okay, so 1 planes. Sure. Oh, they're going to get rid of up the Beanstalk. Okay, sure. I really am okay with that. Stick Sanctuary. So I'm going to ponder first. Probably play Xander's Lounge. Force. Think I want to have the ability to force a will. Depending on what I'm up against, though, I might want to shuffle. We'll see. But I like the force, especially since my opponent hasn't done anything with this Urza Saga. They just get 1 artifact. Yeah, they wanted to add mana. Sorry, man. It's so cool. Consigning the trigger is just one of the most fun ways I've ever seen. They're probably going to name Scalding Tarn, which is... I don't care. Yep. Sure. Another Saga. Sure. Genius Smith. That's okay. Patchwork Automaton. Yeah, I'm definitely going to try and force that. Diamond. Okay. So draw the force. Play the Misty here. Pass. Unfortunate that they just have triple Urza Saga in their hand. That's kind of ridiculous, but nothing I can do about it. Patchwork. This kills me too quickly, so I'm actually just going to counter. I think I want to have a swords for one of the Urza Saga's tokens, so I'm just going to chill for a while. Let's get Meticulous Archive here. Look for removal. Teferi, that's pretty good, because I can bounce the Urza Saga. What I need is time. So bounce that. Draw. The Beanstalk. So let's play Xander's Lounge. Yield for the turn. Replay the Saga. Okay. I guess they killed Teferi. Soul Cauldron. That's fine. I don't have any board wipes main, so that's a bit of an issue, but if the game goes on long enough, we should be able to manage. Force of Negation. So I think I'm gonna start with Beanstalk. Draw. Let's see what's up. Timeless Dragon, that's not bad. I'm gonna swords. I think I'm gonna swords the Smith. I don't have access to this, just putting that out there. So what do I want? I think I want a Mystic Sanctuary here. Probably want to get Ponder. They exile, sure. So this is okay because I can still Timeless Dragon. Let's see if they make a construct. It's possible they don't. They are missing land drops, so they probably will only ever make 1 construct. They do have diamond, but they have to start using Lion's Eye Diamond to make a construct next turn. That's not ideal for them. Then we have the Mox, okay. They did not make a token. Cavern of Souls, sure. Human, Okay, they... so they are able to now... Is this infinite already? I think so, right? Okay, so they're going to do this. They will now try and make infinite mana with Lion's Eye Diamond. Maybe not yet. I'm going to swords right now. They have infinite mana, but what can I do with it? At instant speed. Okay, so swords. Yep, nothing to do at instant speed. Brainstorm. I think I'm going to play Timeless Dragon. And then I have Force Will up. Force Negation, sorry. Also Brainstorm, but it does draw me cards. Oh, never mind. I don't have a Plains yet, so let's Brainstorm first. Let's put back the island and the Force Negation. Fetch up a Plains. Might as well get a Tundra. Cast Timeless Dragon. Would be ideal if we draw a blue card here. Which we do not. Okay. Solitude is not bad to pick up, though. They take Force Will, sure. I guess they make a construct now. They have made, so far, 0 constructs. They just do not care. You know what I really want to have? Wrath of the Skies. That's really good against them. They get another diamond. Okay, Khan, that's unfortunate. Unhappy that I didn't have my force left. But nothing I can do about it. They have the salvages. Okay, so this is infinite. What they're going to do is they are actually just going to go... They make infinite... Let me just show you, because this is a deck that you don't see all that often. What they can do is they can just combine the ability of Auriok Salvages and Lion's Iron Diamond to always gain more mana. And what they will get is they have Walking Ballista into the sideboard. So they can make infinite mana, and if they... Let me just yield. They can make infinite mana, and then once they have the infinite mana, they can actually just kill me with everything that they have from Khan the Great Creator. I've explained the combo to you, so I'm just going to... Let's wait, because maybe they decide to do something else. I was about to concede here, but maybe. Maybe my opponent's going to do something differently. I'll just let him play it out and cut this out. There we are, so they made infinite mana, get Walking Ballista with Khan, and shoot me to death. So we have a couple of easy swaps here. Wrath of the Skies, really good. We have Force Negations and Endurance are going to be amazing. Force Negations are really good, so are Consigned to Memories. I'm not sure if I want to have Ghost Vacuums. Probably not. I don't think that's what I want to be doing. Don't need this. Probably want to have all my removal spells. I don't want to have Loams. Don't think that's worth it. Swords is okay. Solitude is fine. I think I'll trim down on not too many green cards, if I'm being honest. Pitch to Force of Vigors. So I guess some number of Teferis. I guess I could trim down on the Wastelands. Cutting 1 Swords is probably fine. Let's admit. Not keeping the Force there was really unfortunate. I don't know, looking back on this, should I have done this differently? Maybe should have waited 1 more turn. Maybe, I guess. It's always easy looking back on this. Okay, here we go. Not terribly exciting, if I'm being honest. What is this hand? Force Negation and Lands. So this is a mulligan. This is much better. Let's keep. I'm going to get rid of Rumble, I think. Maybe Binding. That is the best thing to do, however. As a removal spell, we will find... Yeah, I think I should get rid of Rumble. Maybe Endurance. Ah, difficult. Yeah, let's get rid of the Rumble. I have to get rid of something, unfortunately. Let's start with Archive, so I can next turn use Beanstalk. Let's see what's on top. A blue or a green card would be good. I don't want Binding. Let's yield to the turn. Ancient Tomb, Patchwork, that's okay. They will probably play some 0 drops. No, they do not. Okay, so that means I can Beanstalk. Draw. Land or blue card, please. It's a land, so it's fine. So next turn I can hopefully kill Patchwork with Endurance by flashing it in. So here we have some 0 drops. Let's yield to this effect. Diamond. Okay. That's fine. I have Endurance, so... Probably Khan. Salvages. That's fine. Okay, resolves. Okay, so they want to infinitely loop this and then go for Walking Ballista. Now, I have Endurance, so it's not going to happen. Yield for the turn. Sure. And they have just thrown away their entire hand, so I'm happy. I now just need Swords to Plowshares for Patchwork, and we are golden. Do I want to Binding Oriox straight away, or do I want to Malevolent Rumble? I think I just want a Binding straight away. Let's not take any chances. Patchwork has Ward too, so I can't get rid of that. But already pretty close to stabilizing. Tamio, not bad. I think I'm gonna play Tamio and then just Brainstorm. Definitely gonna keep forces, not gonna make that mistake again. And then what's next? Do I want to have Beanstalk or Rumble? I think I'm gonna go Rumble. It digs deep, and I just need to get rid of this Patchwork, and we're good. So play this, plus pass. Portable Hole. I guess I counter. Because they can get rid of Bean and Tamio, so I'm just going to counter this. Good top deck for my opponent. Let's yield. I guess they kill Tamio. Otherwise I can just get rid of... Yeah. As they should. So now, does this change things? Yeah, I'm gonna Rumble. Let's see what we get. Timeless Dragon's not bad. I can play it next turn, so I'm gonna do that. Timeless Dragon. Okay. I will just Beanstalk. Flooded Strand's pretty good. I'm going to plus and yield through the turn. Okay, they didn't draw an artifact, so I am going to block the Patchwork with my Spawn. Okay, so let's fetch. 3 islands means I get Mystic Sanctuary. I guess I should just get the swords. Yeah, they can see. This game is over. Nice. Let's get that 5-0. Next game. Going to put swords back in, and I feel like I can cut 1 Uro. Then again, cutting green is iffy. But I think I can't cut anything else. Let's just submit. I think this feels like a good matchup, but you can't have them running wild. So this is really unfortunate because I think this hand is nuts. But I cannot keep a hand that only has a basic plane, so I have to mulligan and feel very, very sad. Mulligan, and this is much better. Let's keep... I'm going to keep that Endurance. We saw how good it was. What I want to have is I want to find a green card. So I'm just going to pitch the Brainstorm. No, it's crazy, but I think I have to. I could also get rid of Leyline Binding or Swords, though. I guess let's get rid of the Binding. The chances of me actually casting that are very low. So I should probably just do that. Patchwork. Okay. Nothing I can do about it. So we need to draw lands. Tamio is pretty good. This means I will start off with Tundra. Play it. Pass. Urza's Saga. Sure, that's scary, but so be it. Another Patchwork. That's really scary, but so be it. So Wrath of the Skies is going to be the best draw now. Definitely. Especially after this Patchwork flips. Flips, wow, I'm thinking about Tamio, especially since this Patchwork is going wild. So Pithing Needle, do I care? They will probably name Tamio. Fortunately, I think I have to let this one go. So let's dig for Wrath of the... If we play Wrath of the Skies, game's over. We're going to have to dig deep though. They did name Tamio as I thought they would. Do I even want to attack? I don't think so. Let's play Tropical and just ponder. I'm digging for very specific things. Being Swords. So let's play this. I'm not sure if we can actually stop them from killing us very quickly. Especially with them having found Urza Saga as well. They're just going to go for the beatdown plan. Yeah, okay. Let's pass. I want to try and not block for as long as possible. Then make a construct, sure. Make another one. They exile the ponder. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care. Lion's Eye Diamond, okay. Can't fight over this, unfortunately. So let's think. I am going to swords this construct for sure. I could also... I think I need to draw land next turn, so swords that... block this brainstorm. That's best thing to do. Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Brainstorm. Binding... I think we're dead. Because what I'm going to take 4. Next turn I can... I'm not going to be able to get rid of everything. Because of the stupid ward. Let's put them like this. I could swords now. But I think I have to brainstorm. I think I have to brainstorm. That's not going to save me, I think. Let's put them like this. There we go. Okay. Draw. Because they are going to attack me with everything. I can endurance, block something, swords that. But then I still go down to 3 and they can hit me with this. So I think we're dead. They just went full beatdown. I didn't find my master removal spells. It's really unfortunate to lose like this. So, but yeah, as I said, nothing I can do about it. Let's see what happens. They could attack Tamio. It would be stupid, but they could. They are going to attack me with everything right. Yeah, we lose. I was even thinking about maybe getting Xander's Lounge, and then Leyline Binding costs 1. But I need to get rid of 3 things. I need to be able to block and kill 3 things, and that's just not going to be able... I'm not going to be able to do that with the ward action, so... this is a loss, which is really, really unfortunate. I kind of was hoping that we were going to be able to squeeze this one out here, but they just had the complete perfect hand against us. But this list was really, really good. But let's watch round number 3 before we end. So I'm just gonna go through this a bit quicker because I already discussed this entire video. So this is just so stupid. Why did I forget to push the recording button? Anyway, this hand's fine. I was saying that what I really want to dodge here is a combo deck, but if we are playing against some kind of fair deck, we're going to be good. And we were playing against Delver, so really good. I was very happy with this hand. And let's just start with Scalding Tarn, play around Wasteland the best we can. I just refuse to get dazed against Delver, because that's how you can potentially lose, if they are able to salvage the net worth from their daze. Okay, so they are just doing some things here. Putting the Wasteland into the graveyard is interesting to note. Let me just show you the graveyards. Soon I get Xander's Lounge. Why? Because I want to turn on Leyline Binding. And I'm just going to... I'm debating whether or not I should go for Leyline Binding or Swords. But I figured that I'm just going to go for Swords. I also played Tamio because at this point, if they do Wasteland me, I didn't feel like that was such a big deal. And if they didn't, this Tamio would have just been perfect. Enough to stabilize. And... that's what we did. They play Murktide, but I wasn't afraid of Murktide. Drawing Rumble is really nice. I decided to play it immediately because it generates me time. It generates me a permanent, also gives me a spawn, and Murktide is only a 4/4, so we have time. Drawing up the Beanstalk is perfect too. So here they have the Murktide, just gonna slam in. I do want to generate card advantage, so we play Beanstalk, resolves, and then I just play the Binding, Solitude, pitching into the Binding. I know that if they force, they only have 1 card in hand left, and Tamio is going to flip, so I'm like, yeah, even if they have Force Will, it doesn't really matter, since I still have Binding and Teferi left. Important to note is they played force, pitching force. So the chances of them having another force were very low as well. So I figured this is fine. And they have to get rid of Tamio. If they don't, I can just bring back Swords to Plowshares. So they need to get rid of it. Again, I'm just buying myself time, the time that I needed to stabilize, and we're getting pretty close. Okay, Timeless Dragon is fine, but I'm just going to start off by fetching, getting a Volcanic Island, because I want to make Leyline Binding as cheap as possible. And if they did find Force Will, I want to have the ability to Teferi next turn. And luckily for us, we draw a land here, so I can Teferi straight away. They did find Force. And interesting enough, I decide to bounce Dragon's Rage Channeler here and not Murktide. Reason for this is that if you look at their graveyard, if I would bounce the Murktide, they could bring it back as a 7/7, or even bigger. Anyway, a lot more impressive than what it was right now, because this Murktide, if it's only a 4/4, I was not afraid of it at all. So I figured it's better to just bounce this, because they also have to kill Teferi. So I felt like this was a more safe play. And it's gonna I think we won this one if I remember correctly. Anyway, let's play some Uros, gain some life. Check what's on top. We don't need another Uro, so I'm just going to play it like this. Use nothing here. End of turn, I'm going to Timeless Dragon. I'm still at a healthy 16 life. And at this point, I have 3 islands, so I can next turn play Mythic Sanctuary. That's where I was going towards, so I'm just going to chill. I know that the chances of them having another Swords are really low right now, since they have used 3 of the 4 in their deck. So it's just Timeless Dragon. And then I'm going to Mystic Sanctuary, take the Swords, as I said. Okay, draw it. I'm going to start by recasting Uro. Gain some life. No, feel like if this works, we're good to go. I didn't feel like I was going to lose here if we find Uro. Force Negation is fine, nothing really great, but so be it. I can Swords, and if they do have Force Will, I can Force a Negation that one then. They have 2 cards in hand, so that would always work. If they did find Force Will, and they were digging for it, you saw that with the Brainstorm. And now I felt, okay, we're good to go. If they have triple Swords, we could, triple Bolt, we could potentially lose. But I mean, what are the odds of that happening? And they play Mishra's Bauble, so they already have 1 Bolt in the graveyard too. So, 2, so that wasn't even a possibility. That Force Negation was very, very safe. Now I just slam in here. And with me having Timeless Dragon twice, I just figured that there's no way I'm going to lose. Teferi is excellent. That's pretty much everything I wanted. Because this guarantees that I can play the dragon, draw Teferi, and bounce the other one. And that means the game's over. So we play the dragon. And now we play the Teferi. And I think they concede at this point, if I remember correctly. Maybe they have 1 draw, and then they concede. Or not yet. Playing the good fight. Okay, they play Murktide. We can't have that, so I'm just going to counter. And I have another Force left. I still have Uro in the graveyard too. So this game's over. This is very much over. Dragon's Rage. Sure. And I think here they concede. They just attack. I block. And they follow it up with a Chain Lightning on the dragon, but this is interesting because I can just recast this with Eternal Eyes, so I don't think that was a very good decision on their end, but I mean, I'll take it, so I'm just going to slam in here. So many lands. Whenever you need 2 layers, that's just when you know you're on fire. Okay, and here we play dragon, and just to be safe, play another one. And I can also play Uro if I need to, but I didn't want to do that. And at this point, I was realizing that, look at the clock. They were just trying to buy as much time as they possibly could. So I figured, okay, I'm gonna talk less and I'm gonna play faster, because I never lose because of time issues. But I was talking, expecting that I was streaming, so I needed to do some time management. But let's go to next round. Sorry, next game. Opening hand here, pretty good. So I'm just gonna keep. Love the Pyroblast in here. I'm not sure if you actually need it. I think if I would be making my own BANT control lists, I don't think I would be playing Pyroblasts. I'm not sure if it's worth it. Then again, if you want to play a lot of lands to make the enchantments work, Leyline Bindings, you might as well just slam in Pyroblast in there. They go for counterbalance, which is really good, so I try to Pyroblast. If they do Daze, unfortunate, but not the end of the world. We Brainstorm here. I'm just looking for lands at this point. I feel like this is how we could potentially lose. Now, Wastelanding Volcanic is not... don't really care. There's only 2 Pyroblasts in here in the sideboard. And we can play... we can still play our enchantments through or without having Volcanics. They have Unlicensed Hearse. I get why people play this against BANT control. It's just not that impactful, especially since this list plays Solitudes and Endurances. You don't care about other people playing the Hearses. I had to play the Rumble here. They Daze, so I'm very afraid of Wasteland now. I think if we are going to lose this game, it's going to be because of mana restrictions. So I wanted that Malevolent Rumble to survive, so I could get an extra mana from the token and find the land, but they do have Wasteland, so yikes, double Wasteland, we're in trouble. Island is okay, Ponder. So since I did not find any lands, I was like, eesh, this is going to be difficult, but Hydroblast's too good not to keep, especially with the way the game has been turning out to be. By the way, I'm mulligan to 5. I should probably note that. I'm mulligan to 5 this game. So we are making it very, very difficult for our opponent after mulligan to 5. Trying our best. So you can see some back and forth here. I was considering if I should go for countering the Bauble, but I decided not to do that. I was hoping to find a good situation where I could Solitude, so pitch the Solitude and then consign my own Solitude. But I wanted to wait for as long as possible because I really like the effect of being able to exile one of the threats. And I think at this point, if we just find a white mana, we will take over the game immediately. But they are slamming in here, take some damage. Here we find Fletterstrand, excellent. So I'm like, okay, time to take over the game. I will find basic planes, don't want that one getting wastelanded. But they have Bolt, into Bolt. And you guessed it, they have the 3rd Lightning Bolt. So I was like, what? Okay, I guess. Last game. So perfect opening hand here. I think I made 1 or 2 small mistakes because I was getting a bit afraid of running out of time. But you can see, if you look at the clocks right now, after just playing for a bit faster for a couple of turns, that I was able to even the score. I've never lost in my entire life because of mana issues. I feel like we just need time here. I will be able to win if I find the land because they were able to wasteland away our only blue source. For the rest, this hand's perfect. I will find the land eventually. This land plays so many. So I just wanted to force the threat, and here we finally find our land. And I want to generate value, but I think it's too soon to slam down Beanstalk because I need that into the late game, and I wanted to get a basic island because I can only lose here if they're able to prevent me from finding my answers. So I figured I'm going to get an island, and I still have Ponder and Brainstorm. So the idea here is to just, take my time, and after drawing the Solitude, I want to see if they have Daze, because I do need to get rid of this Murktide, and with me having the Beanstalk, I figure it's time to just try and go for this. I'm going to pitch the Ferry, because I'm going to draw a card with Beanstalk anyway, and if they wasteland me, it's going to be highly unlikely that I'm going to be able to cast the Ferry, and I'm afraid of Pyroblast. So they Pyroblast my Ponder, so that was clearly the correct choice. It's nice that it works out exactly the way I expected it to, or I was afraid that it would. So we have some back and forth, them trying to deny me of my lands, but my hand's pretty good, so I'm just going to Brainstorm here. Luckily for us, they did not have another Pyroblast. Okay, so I'm going to play the Tundra. Wasteland, pretty bad. Not horrible, but definitely not something that I want. So they have some stuff going on. Wasteland again, I think that's Wasteland number 3. Yeah, Wasteland number 3. I dress down just because I want to have another draw step, and they actually Pyroblast the dress down. That did not make any sense to me, if I'm being honest, because I was like, yeah, sure. I'm going to Ponder here because they don't know what's on top, and we see Unlicensed Hearse, and we have a couple of lands on top, and this is perfect because I wanted to find my lands. They only have 1 Wasteland in the entire deck left, so I felt pretty safe. I'm just going to chill for a while. They don't have anything going on, and I want these lands, so I'm just going to go draw. I'm not certain if I want a third land. It's not bad, but I'm not sure if I actually need it. I decided to, in their upkeep, go for Endurance because I don't want them finding another Murktide and casting it. They reveal Volcanic Island, so good for me to know. They go Unholy Heat, and since I know that they have a Volcanic Island on top, it's a good point for me to actually Hydroblast and fight over this, because they now need to get rid of this Endurance, because it will just win the game on its own. Now, if they want to double bolt my Endurance, perfect exchange for me. I already have this up the beanstalk, so I know, yep, this game is over. After having to double bolt, I feel like this is where I won. Okay, we have Teferi. They have Force Will on top. Good for me to know. I'm just going to bounce the Hearse. Just want to draw some cards. The longer this game goes on, the better it becomes for me. I can still just counterbalance, Leyline Binding the counterbalance away. I could Wrath of the Skies, but that would mean I would lose my Beanstalk, so I hope not to do that. So I'm just going to chill, and here I'm going to try and resolve Yorion. Let's see what they have on top. And they actually have another Force Will on top. So that was awful, double Force Will. Now, I do know with their entire hand that it's something. And at least I draw a card from the Beanstalk. So I know that their hand is now double Force and the card I do not know about. So I'm like, okay, stupid that there was a 5-drop on top, but so be it. I'm still going to be able to win through that, I believe. You're seeing how much this deck really does not care all that much about Graveyard Hate, because we have the Endurances and the Solitudes. So a little back and forth here. End of turn, I'm going to Endurance. We have Polluted Delta on top. Very important for me to know. That's a 3-drop. I can very safely play around it. Okay, I'm going to draw some cards. And I'm going to try and win with this Endurance. So let's slam in. Deal some damage. Okay. Follow that up with Leyline Binding. Brazen Borrower on top now, so I get rid of the counterbalance, and since I have Teferi, this means that you saw my hand, this game is over, I just need to win in time, but that's going to be, we're going to work that one out. They actually bounce Endurance with Brazen Borrower, which is interesting, since I can recast it immediately, so I'm just going to do that. And now I have a lot of options. So here I make a small mistake because I was, it's not this turn, but the turn afterwards. I wanted to Solitude end of turn, and in my head I didn't have the possibility to do that. Here we go. I think it's going to be next turn. Because I looked over the Tundra, so you can see that I'm, starting to worry about the clock a bit. Because there's no way how I can lose this game. I can only lose here because of time. Anyway, they are dawdling around. I'm just going to get rid of that. Uro is going to seal the deal. So here we brainstorm. And I think this is the point where I'm just going to slam in. So I should not have swords. I should have just solituded. That's the main issue. But it's like, yeah, it's going to be fine. I could Wrath of the Skies here, but I'd rather just go Solitude. That's better. Beanstalk draw. We also have Beseju. So getting rid of the Delver. That happens. Okay, so I'm just going to use Mystic Sanctuary, draw the swords, get rid of the Delver, just slam in, plus Teferi. I also have Beseju to get rid of Unlicensed Hearse, so you can see me having full control of this game. No way I'm not winning here. But I only want to be able to, I only want to Uro as soon as I have gotten rid of this Hearse, because I do need to win in time. So they bolt, I'm going to fight over that. Because they are trying to prevent me from winning soon enough. So they are trying to kill me or kill my threats. So I lose because of the clock. It's not going to happen. Because at a certain point, what I can start doing, if it comes down to it, I can just start yielding through the turn the entire time. If I need to. Because they also need some way to win the game. Anyway, we get rid of the Hearse. I'm going to play Uro. I'm going to recast it immediately. And now I know, okay. Now we're safe. This is just 2 more turns and we win. So I have 1 draw step. I have Teferi that I can bounce something like a Murktide with. So they just concede. Nice. This deck is freaking amazing. It just completely annihilates all the meta decks right now. I'm going to try and build a banned list that does not play Beanstalk. Because I'm just not a fan of Beanstalk, definitely not a fan of Yorion. This could be correct. I'm just going to try and see if I can make a 60 card deck because that's just what I prefer. But this felt nice. I think this is what I will be playing moving forward and not Jeskai for as long as the meta is what it is. But let me know what you guys think. Did you like this video? Feel free to answer or respond to the video, and don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this content. And also let me know how you feel about splitting the video up in two. But both of these recordings were this is like 4 hours of recording, so this was just too much to put into one video, is my opinion. But if you don't like that, let me know. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys soon. Bye.